Yo, what's up? Mojo-Synthesis back here where we are breaking down rap and metal songs, talking about the cultural impacts of those songs and those artists on those times. And today we are back with some metal. Actually, today we're back with some hair metal, okay? Last time we did a video on this band was called Motley Crue, okay? The video didn't do that well. I don't think anyone liked Motley Crue. But you're gonna like this one. I want to give them another shot, okay? And as you can see from the poll underneath, we're going to talk about a subject today called Girls, Girls, Girls. We're also going to watch the video, much to everyone's delight. Okay, so
Girls, girls.
much to my delight. All right, let's get this going. You ready?
I'm ready. Is you ready?
I'm always ready. You guys better be ready. All right, cool. All right, let's bring this up. Let's bring it up. And all right, here we go. Motley Crue, Girls, Girls, Girls. Did you ever hear this song?
Probably 30 years ago.
30 years ago. So maybe more of a review. Maybe we react a little more to the video. Maybe we react to the video a little bit more. All right, here we go. I think this video might be good song. We're going out to lunch after this. Is that where we're going? You got big motorcycle. They're some of the first ones to really tattoo culture. A lot of what we saw at that time, these guys did. Is this triggering anybody out there? Because we don't care. I have. Oh. Very produced. You hear how produced it is. I'm not the biggest fan of that, especially Crue's old stuff. It's very raw. All that kind of stuff. Overly produced. Video. Husky Assassin getting all into it. Yes! That's it. Just got about 20 minutes on something. can't make the 80s disappear. Mojo-Synthesis is here to bring you the 80s. We are here forever. Classic song, classic video, and classic band, right? See ya. Very cool.
So I need for
Good
you
stuff.
I need for you to tell me
Yes.
what album this was on.
Girls, Girls, Girls. That's the album.
That's the album?
That's the album. That is the album. The cover is motorcycles. It's got Girls, Girls, Girls written in red on the bottom. Really cool. I believe that album went to #2 on the Billboard charts. I forget, they got beat by someone and it never rose anymore. And they got pretty upset about it. And that's why they were on a mission to, when they made Dr. Feelgood, to get a #1 album. And they did. And they did. So,
what album was this? Like what year?
86. This was 86. And this sent them, I mean, they're already big. They came out in, like 81, 1980, 81. They made themselves a name in LA without any help, without any real help, without any record. The record producers and contract people sought them out because they were selling out like arena-sized venues themselves without any label backing. And they're like, we got to get in on that. So, then they made Shout at the Devil, which put them on the map. Then they did Theater of Pain, which was, the Home Sweet Home. I know you know that song. Okay. The rest of that album was pretty much trash. And then this one went interstellar for them. And then Dr. Feelgood was another level up from that. But, this song, we make jokes and stuff like that there while we were watching it here. But you gotta admit, the video was pretty freaking good. Right? I think we're gonna watch it again when this one.
Girls.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it again. We're gonna put it back on right now. No, I'm just kidding. Tony's just kidding. But so they came up with the music for this song. I think actually Tommy Lee came up with the guitar riff for it. I think. I could be wrong, and if I am, it's okay. Roast me in the comments. That's fine. But so then the idea for the lyrics, these guys are notorious partiers. They would hit every city, and they even said they get out off the plane to the first strip club, snort, drink, whatever they were doing at that time. And so that was like an homage to all of the clubs around the world.
That was pretty brilliant though, because that gets them more tour venues. That was genius.
Oh yeah,
that's basically their commercial song to get into clubs and venues. Whereas before, a lot of songs that they did may have not gotten them that. So that was smart marketing and promotion.
Yeah. So I don't know that they were thinking that. I think they were just thinking strip clubs, bro. Some of their people may have been like.
Let me tell you something about like strip clubs in the South. Particularly Atlanta and probably Miami. In the South, strip clubs told the tale of how you were going to get your music out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, by what they were playing?
Because the girls were cool with all the hustlers, all the people that were known in certain cities, particularly like Atlanta, especially when you hear like a Jeezy or Rick Ross name or Jay-Z name, they would come in there and the girls would let them know, okay, this amount of money is going to cost you with the DJ. You're going to keep playing your song on rotation.
Right.
So back then, that was one of the things to get your songs in the other than the bars or strip clubs. The girls would dance to the song.
That I never thought about that. Yeah. That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. So yeah, maybe sure. Yeah, they would go to the clubs and then guess what? They're playing Motley Crue songs all day long.
That was brilliant.
See, he's got the mind for this. It took me. He had to explain it to me.
So the girls, you know what I'm saying? You think about like the way these guys look, especially at that era. The girls like the way the guys look. The grundle dudes riding the bikes, the tats, and all of that.
Right.
They the thugs, so quote unquote street guys or whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they riding bikes and they the Motley Crue. They got accents. I gotta rock with them. Good, yeah. Play your song.
I got a couple tattoos. You think that's cool?
It's cool. I got a couple too.
All right.
One
cool.
right here in the shoulder, one right here on the bicep.
Nice. All right. Next time we do girls, we're gonna show off our tats. Okay.
Middle-aged men.
Keep clear of the middle-aged men. We're all a bunch of freaking scumbags. Anyway, but no. So that's the story with girls. Actually, a little piece of news on Motley Crue. Not to date this video for anyone watching years down the road, but most recently they are on tour right now, right? Summer of 2022 with Def Leppard and Poison and Joan Jett. And Mick Mars, I don't know if he's the guitar player, okay? He's a lot older than those guys. And when I say a lot, I mean he's probably 5-6 years older. And that's when you're in a band, that's a decent amount older, especially when Tommy Lee was, I think, 17 when Motley Crue formed. And I think Mick Mars was he might even be older than that. Might have been 25 or 26 at the time. So now, if Tommy Lee is coming up on 60 or 61, Mick Mars is 70 years old, probably, or close to it. And he's got this degenerative, I'll edit that out. He's got this condition in his spine, which I am blanking on the name right now, but what it does is it fuses the vertebrae, and then it makes him hunch over, and he can't move. He can't move his neck. He has to move like this, and it's amazing he can even play guitar, but he just retired from touring while they're on tour. So they had to get a fill-in, which is fine. I mean, the guy can't move. I'm surprised he even lasted this long. It's hard for him, and I respect the fact that he was able to say, you know what, I can't do it. I'm going to need to take a back seat and go from here. So anyway, he is not retired from the band. Okay, so he's still going to play if they decide to make any more music. He's still going to play guitar, but he can't go on the road anymore. So that's what's happening there. So what else do you think? Any other questions on the Crue?
One of the things I appreciate about bands that came from that era, they taught other artists and other genres of music how to make a living of a touring and how to be like still relevant in the industry. Then you think about the people that follow them. And we grew up with our artists that we like.
Mm-hmm.
People are still touring because people that are our age and older and even younger are going to all these shows.
Right. Well, that's also the only way to make money now.
Right.
You didn't know unless your name is on that publishing rights, right, you ain't making nothing as a performer unless you're touring. Massive touring.
They tour the entire they tour the country, the world, merchandise. They now have sales from music. They have now sales from streaming.
Mm-hmm.
They now have sales from this movie rights and music on everything. So now these bands and these people and their families have, grown in the industry for that's been about 60 years semi-old.
Right.
And you think about people that grew up on their music,
mm-hmm,
doctors, lawyers, and people, architects, engineers, judges, dentists, construction workers, people of all walks of life still support this music.
Okay.
So dope to me.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's out there. And you go to a Crue show, you'll see people our age with their kids who are now in their late teens, but you'll see younger people about 10 years younger than us with their kids on their shoulders, mm-hmm, to see these bands.
It's a culture.
Yeah, it is a culture. It's the same thing with Kiss. Same thing now. You go to Metallica shows, I go to Maiden shows, I see kids. Guys know Iron Maiden. But anyway, I just saw Maiden a couple weeks ago. Freaking awesome. Anyway, so yes, it is a culture out there. And now you've got young people growing up with it. The only thing I'm going to say about that, the only thing I have a problem with is that, and it's people like me, it's people like us. we have the bands and groups that we love so much, and they were so popular. We give it to our kids. So these bands continue to succeed over decades. And I think it's kind of at least in the metal world, from what I know of it now, those bands are still the top bands because no one cares about up and coming bands, at least from what I can tell and what I see. I don't see much new music coming through, or at least that it's being made a big deal of. And that I have a little bit of an issue with, because, or else what? What is there if you don't have, if you're not able to have the younger groups break through, then maybe people won't do it. And then what? And then what happens? But anyway, not to get all crazy on that. You had thoughts on that? Am I nuts?
Yeah, the marketing is different as opposed to like back then. Like when I look at, like I'm on Instagram heavy.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at all these new groups that are coming out from different walks of life and different genres of music. So the marketing isn't the same anymore. These people now are marketing themselves and still have a big core following. They're just not getting the marketing dollars from the labels anymore because
they don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, they're promoting themselves.
Right.
It's literally direct. It's literally from consumer to art. Like the artist goes direct. You don't need the labels really anymore.
Right.
So you literally have these bands and these rappers and these writers that literally go right to consumer. They don't necessarily need the video stuff anymore because you have large platforms that literally go directly to their audience.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, definitely. And I guess with obviously with the advent of YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all these things, I guess it's much easier to market yourself. The only thing is, I gotta imagine that's hard, is that with local bands and stuff anyway, it's saturated.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you either got to be the best of the best, or you got to be lucky to break through that and get something up like that. So cool. All right, man. Any other questions on Motley Crue's Girls?
Classic joint. I remember hearing it some years back. I could have probably definitely heard it recently, but I remember definitely hearing it years ago. I heard it in some movie soundtracks.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Very popular song.
Cool deal.
Yeah, love that.
Awesome.
Yeah, dope.
Nice.
Dope.
All right, awesome. All right, well then, for Mojo-Synthesis, I'm Tony.
I'm the Husky Assassin.
We'll see you next time.
Deuces.